Welcome to the Butts to Seats podcast, episode number 158.
Getting close to another shot over here.
Oh, God, yeah, we are. We just had it on the Patreon, and I'm like, which we sidestepped.
Yeah, we avoided taking a shot over there.
You can't do that for 160. But
nah.
I'm Nick, alongside Emily.
Hello.
Emily, how you doing right now?
I'm just great.
You just waiting for our trip?
I'm so ready. Nick and I have our first real vacation planned in years. Like, really ever together, honestly. We have a plan for next week, and
we
I'm
went
so
to Florida.
Excited. Okay, you're right. International travel.
Yeah, and we are cramming over here because we are recording this on the Monday before the Thursday or Friday where this comes out.
Yeah, we did not give ourselves a lot of time to get these things out for y'all.
We are
You're
keeping
welcome.
the schedule, recording the next one this week, so it'll come out on normal time.
Woo!
The Patreon episode will come out while we're gone. So
we've jammed.
we need to have that edited beforehand. And if there's a mistake, yeah, it's going to take a week to figure it out.
Don't tell us. How about that? Just don't tell us. We'll be in Ireland.
And Scotland.
And Scotland, living our Highland dreams.
We'll be in the biggest city in the world.
Why is it the biggest city, Nick?
Well, it's always Dublin.
We have an Irish following.
Yeah, and they're aware of Cody's joke, I assume. It's not our joke.
I told that joke in a meeting last week, and it did not land.
But did you repeat it and stare at them Norm Macdonald style?
No, I did not. No one thought it was funny, and I was like, all right, and let's keep talking about business things.
Well, it's ironic that we are prepping for a trip because this Nitro took place in Baltimore, Maryland.
Hey!
The last one in Baltimore.
In the Baltimore arena. That is no longer. That's like 3 iterations of the arena ago.
Yeah, it's now CFG Arena. It was
the
Royal Farms.
I think there was something else between Royal Farms and Baltimore Arena, but I can't remember what. I might be wrong.
So this Nitro in Baltimore, Maryland took place on January 29th, 2001, notably the day after the Baltimore Ravens won their first ever Super Bowl.
Woo! Go Ravens!
Which clearly the heel roster was really prepped for them to lose because...
Yeah, they had nothing ready.
There's one decent one, but Ric Flair, one of the opening segments, is struggling for heel heat. It's like, how do you make fun of a team that just won it all, like achieved all their goals?
I know, right? And there's somebody later that's like, who's going to the parade? Like, is that a heel thing?
Would you want to go to the parade?
Fuck yeah, I'd want to go to the parade.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to go to the parade in 2012. My mom wouldn't let me go. I had a whole group of friends who went to the parade when the Ravens won against the 49ers.
That was 2013 at that point.
Whatever. But I had a group of friends that went, and I had a ride, and I had people to go with, and my mom was like, no, go to school.
Yeah, you used to have been in high school.
Yeah, I was a senior in high school. I love when there's shows in Baltimore because we can tell you our lore of living here and, give you a little piece of our lives. There's
an upcoming Raw coming here that we're waiting to see if prices go down because the get-in price is $75 a person, and I'm like,
fuck that. I don't care enough. I'm not paying the current day ticket prices. I'm not paying to go to an arena that I hate, that I just told you how much I hate it. I'm not paying $75 to go there. No.
For nosebleeds.
For nosebleeds. Yeah, right. Hard pass.
So, Emily, before we get into this show, I have some backstage notes, including the rating. This show did a 2.56 to Raw's 5.38.
Okay. This was back on Monday, though, right? This was not on Tuesday anymore? Okay. Ugh.
And I did want to bring up a fact, and we tackled this earlier tonight, just you and I, that I have the backstage notes.
Yeah.
Emily, you have a bachelor's degree.
I do.
You're going for your master's in something else. But what is your bachelor's degree in?
Don't worry about it.
What is it in, Emily?
Journalism.
You go to journalism for that? Why am I getting the backstage notes? Why aren't you fucking doing deep dives?
Far too deep into doing this podcast to explore this.
Hey, you know what? There's always the invasion you can take over.
I don't know about that.
So I have some backstage notes because Emily doesn't feel like using her degree.
Hey, I'm getting a master's degree.
Well, in terms of totally, reputable news, it's not going to change. Eric Bischoff has finalized plans to shut down temporarily after Super Brawl. Remember that because they undercut it on this fucking show.
Yeah. Oh, good point.
And despite announcing the sale, it will not be finalized for like a month or two.
Okay.
Which, again, a month or two means Eric Bischoff is shutting down the company that he does not own.
Before it...
But we also noted last episode...
Because Super Bowl is not that long away.
Yeah, Super Bowl is the 18th. On this show, they announced tickets for a show on February 25th. We noted last episode they have the spring breakout shows announced, which maybe benefit of the doubt, which they don't deserve. Those are going to be like house shows. So just like, hey, it's a show. We sold you tickets to it. You're going to see the guys we said, but it's non-canon show. It's not going to air. Which, like, that's maybe a case, but
probably doubtful.
It just more seems like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. But, like, think about that timeline. They said that the sale isn't prepped to go through for another month. But they're shutting down after Super Brawl, which is in, like, 2 weeks.
There's also the weird element of, depending on who the fuck you ask, Eric Bischoff might still be actually employed by WCW. Because we
talked about this too, didn't we?
Yeah, he walked out. He didn't quit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's such a weird circumstance of things. And additionally, to add on to all this, Eric Bischoff is like, all right, John Laurinaitis, you're now in charge. Oh, so God. That's partially why it's like, all right, Eric Bischoff running Nitro. It's like, well, he maybe did for a week or two and then was like, nope, John Laurinaitis is in charge. So
that went well. Both times.
Which I'm pretty sure he was already in charge because why else was Animal the fucking surprise?
Yeah, it's almost like the people that you're getting this information from are known to be big fucking liars. Huh.
Oh, are you saying me or Dave?
No, I'm saying Eric Bischoff.
Because I recently was listening to Eric Bischoff's podcast, and he did 10 minutes on what a fucking liar Dave Meltzer is, how he has no respect for him.
You know that meme of, like, beating a dead horse? Like, dig the horse back up and tell it another thing? Like, that is Eric Bischoff and Dave Meltzer.
Emily, I don't think you could give me a better transition for my next note. Scott Hall claims that Eric Bischoff told him to get ready to come back.
Scream.
In a note that I guessed and then realized I was right. In a dark match, AJ Styles and Air Paris had a tryout because AJ Styles is very prominently on this episode if you know who AJ Styles is.
We'll talk about that when we get there. I don't know that AJ Styles was meant to be as prominent as he is.
Yeah. I think he's maximizing his minutes. Yeah. And then our last note, I have very few on this one. Stacy Keibler is still under contract, but is just sitting at home.
Good for her. In Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if... God, when the fuck did she win that contract? Was it like a guaranteed 1-year contract? Because that was around the time of the reboot.
Oh, I don't
Which,
know.
God, that's only it's less than a year ago.
Nuh-uh.
The reboot Nitro?
The reboot Nitro was no.
That was April of 2000. Are
you sure?
Yes, that was when Ready to Rumble came out.
We've been doing this for too long.
Yeah, we will see Stacy again before this ends.
I'm shocked we don't see her tonight. We're in her home area.
We're going to see her, and we're going to get a payoff to the baby storyline.
Oh, God, the baby storyline?
Remember, she was pregnant.
Oh, I remember.
Was she pregnant?
Good Lord.
And we're also going to see David Flair again, unrelated to that segment.
Of course.
But Emily, let's go into the weather report, where there's always... Wait... Is that snow? Oh my God, there's a glacier coming.
Oh my God.
Emily, glacier is here.
Did it finally happen?
He has arrived on Thunder. Do you want to jump right to that, or should I get into it in order?
I mean, I feel like that is the pièce de résistance, so you got to build to it.
It's my third note.
What a build!
Yeah, so there's a lot of chat on commentary on this Thunder about the new ownership, which I kind of note because... outside of a line or two on this episode of Nitro, that's not a factor.
No. Boom, she non-factor.
Sorry, bam, she non-factor, please.
God, I'm ruining everything.
There was a Cruiserweight 10-man gauntlet match to determine the number one contender for the Cruiserweight title. It was won by Mr. Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka.
Which, unrelated to anything, they announced for WWE 2K26 there's going to be a new, they call it Persona. It's just an alternate attire for Rey Mysterio. And like, hey, we have this attire from 99. We have Filthy Animals Rey.
Oh, wait.
He's not unmasked. They put a mask on his unmasked attire and then put a beanie over his mask so it looks like dog shit.
Great.
Yeah. So Rey wins the number one contenders match. We're going to get him versus Chavo at Super Brawl Revenge. So
great.
I mean, Rey and Chavo should be good here. I don't know.
Should be. We'll see. This company has a great way of ruining things.
Yeah, I feel like I've not enjoyed a good handful of their WWE pay-per-view matches, but a lot of that had to do with weird vibes and injuries of, why are you stealing my uncle's thunder after he died? Like,
Yeah, that's a weird vibe.
Or Ray dressed as the very thick Silver Surfer.
Thick?
He's just wide, brother.
Oh, no.
I think this is right around when the signature pharmacy scandal hits.
Oh, so the juice was loose.
Yeah, maybe. My timeline's a little weird on it, but I'm like, I don't remember when it hits. It's 07. I'm just like, when in 07's the problem? Next up in the show, Glacier is finally here. We hear him talking backstage to Norman. We don't see him, but he then appears during Norman's match, doing the full entrance and playing to the crowd the entire time while Norman gets beat by Mike Awesome.
Great.
And basically, the gimmick is meant to be he's so obsessed with like his pseudo-stardom, he's blind to actually helping people.
Okay.
He is never going to wrestle in the waiting months of this company.
Awesome.
I don't even know how this finishes. I just know this is it. He just keeps not being there while being there for Norman Smiley.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So blood runs cold in it.
So he never wrestles?
Not in this timeline.
Why did we do this? Why did we do this?
Honestly, it was kind of funny. I'll be totally honest. Just like in a vacuum.
Oh my God.
Guy comes out to make the save and is just handshaking and posing and doing his gimmick so long that the guy he's helping just gets beat. Like, for a Thunder gimmick, totally fine. I'm fine with it. It's Glacier. There's no fucking prestige to hold on to here, you know?
What do you mean? Thunder is our most illustrious show.
Illuminous, please.
I thought illustrious was the right word.
Fuck, Thunder's just sound. God damn it. It's the light. Son of a bitch. In a replay of last week, but not this week, we get a Kiwi Open challenge. He goes after a fan. Because
Great.
Still...
So he's not Kiwi, he's Angry Allen again.
He's everything, everywhere, all at once.
Good movie. He's just a...
We didn't watch it. Don't fucking lie.
The Academy said it was a good movie, okay? And who am I to fight the Academy?
They said Crash was good.
I don't even know what that movie is.
Yeah, exactly. Crowbar loses to the Harris Boys after Twin Magic.
Don't get me started.
Rick Steiner beats Bam Bam Bigelow, so Bigelow is not on Team Flair because he had to beat him to be on there. In a backstage segment that comes up plenty on this, Ric Flair knocks out the cat, and then we pan to a locker room where Kevin Nash and DDP have been laid out. Like, it's clearly spelled out here that Scott Steiner and Animal attack them, but on the upcoming show, they're like, oh, no, not the case. Like, just punishing you for watching, making you feel actively stupid.
Yeah, I love that. I love when wrestling does that. I love feeling dumb.
Shane Douglas very casually takes out Rick Steiner in this show. No gusto behind it.
Great.
And in our main event, holy shit, Animal is wrestling. He does wrestle on this show. It seemed more crazy.
Say, yeah.
Well, I watched the Thunder before this, so it seemed more crazy at the time. He gets pinned by Chronic because Scott Steiner ain't taking that pin, brother.
No. Not that pin. That's not worth
it.
it.
Animal, I guess, technically his second match because he did actually enter the Fatal 4-Way at the pay-per-view.
We just never saw it. Was that after?
No, it was during. That was the problem.
Oh. I thought it was after the show.
That's how bad that fucking turn is no, they don't finish the match until Animal comes in, kicks Sid, and then Steiner pins him.
Oh, yes. The leg break. I'm forgetting. I'm mixing my shows. I'm forgetting.
You know Animal didn't break the leg.
Sure he did. Animal came in and took a bite out of Sid's leg. That's how that happened. That's why they were using the chicken legs. They were eating the meat again.
So, yeah, in Animal's first really effective match, he gets pinned. Technically, he's on a 2-match losing streak because he was in the Fatal 4-Way and did not win it, so he lost that match. So, yeah, that's the build-up to this.
Things are going really well.
The show's going off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I thought we already were off the rails.
No. I mean, in the past, we've said that Thunder is where, like, they get all their silliness out. Like, all the wrestlers themselves get to kind of book whatever the hell they want to do, and it's like, go have fun. Now they're just, fuck it.
But this does follow the trend of every Thunder, 2 important things happen. It varies, but, like, we have a number one contender, and the Nash and DDP thing will come up on this show, so...
That's true.
It's like, you need to watch it. Yeah, but also, fuck you if you watch, because we're going to pretend shit didn't happen.
Right.
But that brings us to our main show of Monday Nitro. And we get right into the opening package, which definitely has been updated because Animal's in it, but I didn't take note of much else.
Yeah, something else was different in it too. It felt a little new, but it was still too long, and it was weird that we didn't have a cold open. Like, we usually have something before the intro.
Some limo arrives.
Yeah.
We get the opening pyro, then we get Tony Schiavone and Scott Hudson.
Oh my God. That was really good.
Yeah, sorry for that, everybody, but Scott Hudson is peaking throughout this whole fucking episode, and it's infuriating.
Really bad. It's really bad.
That's his audio for the whole show.
No, it is. It's the whole show. And I am not one to point out the audio issues, but Nick noted it right away because he has an ear for that.
I noted a pixel on WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, what the fuck? Nick noted one singular pixel on the big-ass screen. On the
100 by 50 wall.
And he was like, oh, they just didn't want to fix that, did they? I'm like, they probably didn't fucking see it.
I wouldn't want to fix it. You have to rebuild the whole fucking wall. But we get no, opening segment. We get an opening match. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah. It kind of felt strange based on current trends. But our opening match is a four corners match. Kinda. It's Elix Skipper versus Yang versus Shannon Moore versus JB Knoble. And they announced a time limit, but I'm like, all right, we'll see.
They did say it was a 10-minute time limit, so it's already too short. But I feel like all four of these men are like the lesser half of their tag team. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not. I would maybe push back on Yang.
That's the only one that I can agree with.
But
maybe, but everyone else, it's like, okay, I'd rather see Lance Storm. I'd rather see Shane Helms.
Lance Storm. The only problem is, and I know he did literally win the Cruiserweight belt. Is like, no, he's just about the Cruiserweight title at this point. He's not. He was not an option in this match versus everyone else's team was.
Yeah, that's true.
Noble and Yang start. They trade a bunch of counters until Yang sends Noble to the floor. Moore and Skipper just come in to fight, and Skipper hits a vaulting corkscrew splash.
So, like, tags are not a thing that
almost immediately. Like, people, they start at the corner, then go, nah, never mind. Yeah, I don't think they go back to that.
Corners match.
Yeah, now it's just a fatal four-way.
Yeah.
We don't have to hold to that, guys. We really don't.
Yeah, it's not as sacred of a rule as y'all think it is.
Yeah, my note was actually, we're ignoring legal men now. Good.
Which is crazy for Nick to be like, okay, yeah, fuck the rules.
It's stupid rules. It's like in 97 when throwing over the top rope is a DQ. I'm like, no, don't fucking call that. Don't.
But if they don't, and you see that they don't, you would be like, DQ?
I would note it more passively for that one. The low blows are way more blatant than he threw him out of the ring. Oh, don't worry. We'll get some weird bullshit. I guess not necessarily DQ of just a, that? Okay.
Right.
Moore counters a powerbomb into a rocker dropper. Jamie Noble hits a bridging German suplex, and then Skipper hits a Draken suplex. Yang hits a clothesline, but gets crotched going up top. Jamie Noble hits a front suplex, and Moore goes for poetry in motion, but just slips awkwardly on the jump, and then is just thrown hard to the floor. Moore dives onto Yang, Skipper's then vault onto both, and then Jamie Noble hits a diving somersault senton to the floor. Yang just no-sells getting hit, gets on the apron, hits a springboard corkscrew moonsault to New York Sucks chants.
Great. We're really into this match,
yeah, because the Ravens beat the Giants.
Woo!
And it's like, why do you need to chant that? You guys won.
Because fuck you guys.
Also, it's not like you guys have a big rivalry. Like,
yeah, fuck Giants.
Like, yeah, just like, all right, well, you guys are clearly not focused on this match. Moore has stopped going up top, and Yang hits an arm-crossed powerbomb, sending Moore on to Skipper. JB Noble tombstones Yang on the outside as Skipper puts Moore on the top rope for a walk-along head scissors, but Jamie Noble pushes him to the floor. That spot, I can only think of him doing it in TNA, where he does it on the top of a cage.
Ooh.
Him doing like the step over, like balance walk.
Yeah.
I'm like, I only picture him doing it on a cage, which is like one of the top 3 moments of like early days TNA.
Yeah, that sounds cool. This did not really like land as cool as I think they wanted it to.
Well, he got pushed to the floor, so
pretty quickly. They didn't really linger on like, oh, look what he's doing. Like, what a cool thing.
Moore goes for a tornado DDT, but it's countered, but Moore regroups and gets Noble in position for a top rope falling rocker dropper and gets the win.
Woo.
Thoughts on this match?
It wasn't bad. It was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. I mean, it is just a spot fest. Like, let's call it what it is, but
yes,
that also means they're trying and doing things, so.
I mean, we've never had that problem with the cruiserweights. The cruiserweights always try to put something on, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, the New York Sucks chants tells you, like, what the crowd thinks of this.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, because, you know, I appreciate these guys, but in reality, what reason have the crowd been given to care about any of these guys? I mean, depending on how you look at this, I mean, Elix Skipper, heel. Yang, tweener, not like no affiliation. Shannon Moore kind of turned face with Shane Helms, and Jamie Noble, I guess, kind of turned heel recently. So it's 3 guys that no one knows how to feel about. That just like No, but it's impressive. And that is,
Yeah,
but
they did good work.
yeah, the crowd is going to be into the moves, not the characters, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. Next up, we get Ric Flair and Animal coming out of the ring, and Rick has a contract. Scott Hudson refers back to Sin Sunday, which they do constantly on this.
Yeah, I
I'm
was wrong.
Is that
man.
now the name of the show?
That was the name of the show, I think.
It's not, per
was.
everything ever.
Well, you're wrong.
Ric Flair then heals on the Ravens, and I'm like, they just won the Super Bowl. You have nothing for these
heal
guys.
on them.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, they fucking suck, don't they? No.
They are the best in football. What do you mean? You can shit on the Ravens literally any other time of the year, and you're probably right for some reason or another. You can't shit on them when they just beat the whole federation. They're the best.
The league, please.
What's
will.
the F?
Football. Jesus Christ. Sports.
Go team.
Yeah.
If there's not a hot dog, I'm not interested. I'm sorry.
They have hot dogs at football games.
We've never gotten food at the Raven Stadium. Now have we?
Yeah, last note on this, as a Giants fan, I'm like, yeah, we got beat pretty good.
Yeah, and that was the last time you got beat pretty good, right? Since 2001, it's just been smooth sailing.
We've won 2 Super Bowls since then.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Beat the Patriots twice.
Where's that energy?
What
happened?
Because both of them were flukes.
What happened?
People are like, oh man, you had some good years with Eli. I'm like, we had 8 good weeks. That's it.
Yikes.
It's like being a fan of Dolph Ziggler, where it's like, there were a couple good moments, but it's a lot of suffering. That builds character.
Mostly suffering. Anyway,
Flair starts rambling, much like us, and books the Cat versus someone eventually for the commissionership. It's like, oh, yep, you're going to fight later. It's going to be someone. I'm not telling you who. Flair then implies DDP and Nash showed up drunk to Thunder and, show the show taped after Nitro. They somehow showed up drunk for?
yeah, how did that happen? Also, he was rambling so much, I didn't even catch that he set up a match for the Cat.
Yeah, it was very brief, but
yeah, I missed this.
But also,
yeah.
if you watch Thunder, you're like, no, they got attacked. That's the bit. And
again, nobody watched Thunder.
Flair then throws to selective footage of Thunder of DDP and Nash laid out.
But it was very clear, even in that footage, they were not drunk.
Yeah, and you know who else should fucking know this? Tony Schiavone, who does not call this out to the degree he should. Tony, you were on commentary on Thunder. Why are you going along with this ruse?
Did he commentate the beatdown?
Yes.
Was there a beat? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I was like, maybe if it's just a backstage segment that just happened.
Well, I mean, he's commenting on it over it. Honestly, they need to do a fucking heel turn for Tony Schiavone to explain the inconsistencies, because that'll forgive some of it.
Oh my God.
But it's the same as the fucking Sid leg break, where Tony Schiavone's not calling out the blatant lie he's seeing on screen. Why? Anyway, Flair says Nash has one last chance. He has to beat Totally Buff, the team.
Yes.
He actually learned this week.
We have established Totally Buff is 2 people.
We established it here, and in the promo later, they feel the need to, note again, this is the language breakdown of why we're Totally Buff.
Good, because people were probably confused. And
No,
annoyed.
they weren't. Only Ric Flair.
Maybe the audience was confused. I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
If there's any interference, Nash is DQ'd. Kevin Nash is seen watching backstage, and after awkward pause, wrecks the backstage watching thing. We see him watching, we cut back to the promo, and then we cut back to him wrecking it midway through.
Why is he wrecking it?
He's mad about the announcement.
To wrestle?
Oh, he earned the chance last week, and then it's like, nope, you didn't,
dumb.
so fuck you. Flair then explains the contract he brought out is for some top talent coming in.
Oh, I wonder who it could be.
And Flair then goes to leave to no music, but they do eventually hit it out. It's like, oh, okay, he is done.
They just don't trust him.
What a weird fucking segment.
This was weird. This is also just a dumb stipulation that they're setting up. If he already qualified, why are we going through another qualification?
Heel authority figure.
Fuck you.
But I feel like this could have been a 2-minute pre-tape backstage.
Yes.
And accomplish the same thing.
It would have been more coherent. I think maybe.
They could have done take 2 at least.
Exactly.
So we have 2 matches for later tonight. We can get a Super Bowl revenge ad, and then commentary chats about the last segment to kind of clarify what the fuck's going on.
Thank you.
And then throw to a clip explaining actually what happened on Thunder. It's like, oh, you didn't have this ready?
Yeah, why did we not just play this earlier?
Backstage, Jeff Jarrett tells Ric Flair and Animal he wants DDP tonight, but it's like, oh, that's not part of the plan. I don't care. I want him now.
Slap nuts.
Elsewhere, some guy bumps into Medeja, so Scott Steiner appears from around the corner and breaks the guy's leg. Scott Steiner did not see what happened. He just walked in and broke a man's leg.
Yep. And this poor guy, all he did was bump into Medeja and then like check to make sure she was okay.
But
and he was like, ah!
Per Scott Steiner, it doesn't matter. He did literally nothing. He did not see what happened before that.
Yeah.
So we then get the Cat with Miss Jones versus a mystery opponent. Going right into that. Cat grabs a mic, and I wrote the next note without it actually happening first. I wrote it. Cat came out, and I went, all right, let me guess what happens here. Cat grabs a mic, shit talks Ric Flair, says he doesn't care who he faces. Out come the Natural Born Thrillers. And goddamn, I'm pretty on the fucking money with that.
You are.
Technically, it's only a few of the Thrillers, not all of them. That's the one
just 2 of them.
minus points I'll give.
And you did not mention any dancing. There was a lot of dancing prior to speaking, and Miss Jones does try to dance along. Girls gotta stop trying to dance along.
She also danced around at the end that you had more issue with.
No, I think I mean, it's both. Miss Jones just, she needs to leave. Why is she here?
The one thing I did miss was the Cat also notes that whoever he's facing needs to come out alone or the other people are suspended.
Okay.
So both Sean Stasiak and Mark Jindrak come out. That's 2 people, so breaking the rules already.
Great.
Sean Stasiak then cuts a promo, and as he was doing it, I went, this is the same exact cadence and promo as Shane Douglas.
Yeah, he very clearly got promo help from Shane. Like, thinking back on it, like, they were probably, like, workshopping it backstage, and Sean was just like, what can you do to help me spruce this up?
And
that makes sense.
I couldn't tell in the verbiage whether he wants this match or his first move as commissioner was to book this match, but Stasiak wants him and Jindrak versus Palumbo and O'Hare at Super Raw.
Who's the commissioner?
If Stasiak wins this, he's commissioner. So I'm like,
oh,
were you telling Kat you wanted that, or that's your first move as commissioner?
Interesting. But neither one really makes sense.
Basically, him and Jindrak are jealous of Palumbo and O'Hare, so they want to face off because the Thrillers are imploding.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Don't you remember Ric Flair telling Mike Sanders,
I do remember the leadership pep talk. Yeah. I forgot it was because they were imploding.
So the Cat points out that Sean Stasiak did not come out alone, and a brawl starts with Miss Jones kicking Sean Stasiak. Everyone brawls, and then Mark Jindrak just disappears. We see Palumbo and O'Hare watching backstage, and back in the ring, Cat starts dominating with a roundhouse kick.
Palumbo and O'Hare do say something, though.
They say something to the effect of like, oh, he wants to like fight us? What the fuck?
Because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Stasiak hits a jumping back elbow, and yeah, this is where like, I'd say we see Jindrak is gone, but we just stopped seeing him, so I guess he's gone.
Stasiak is, of the 2, I think the better wrestler.
He's been wrestling for longer, so.
I suppose. Like, he did not embarrass himself, I don't think.
Yeah, he's the only one of the Thrillers that actually didn't come from the power plant. Because remember, he was Meat in... Oh,
how could I forget Meat?
He was the sex slave of the Pretty Mean Sisters.
That didn't make it better, you know?
He wrestled in WWF is my point.
I understand what you're saying, but like, stop saying it.
He's also the son of a very famous wrestler.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, and Stasiak was also Kurt Angle's first like match in WWF.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, this guy's got a resume.
He lost and didn't do anything.
He still has a resume. He still was doing things. He was working. He had work.
Yeah. Just wait until the invasion.
Yeah. He'll have lots of work. What do you mean?
He'll be running around.
Mm-hmm.
Stasiak hits a side slam, and then they brawl to ringside. Cat tries to use some water, but it has no effect, much like using Scald on Primal Groudon.
I don't know Groudon, sorry.
Groudon is the Gen 3, like, Ruby box art legendary, but he's able to kind of mega evolve, and when he does, his ability neutralizes all water attacks.
Got it. Thank you. Wouldn't be an episode of Butts in the Seats without some Pokemon lore knowledge.
Emily, you played Pokemon Champions? Stasiak goes for a flying nothing very blatantly, but Cat gets a boot up. Stasiak easily regains the advantage until Tilt-A-Whirl head scissors. Cat denies an aloha with crouch chops and then a wiggly elbow.
A wiggly elbow?
That's what commentary called it. I'm like, fucking how dare you? Norman Smiley's still employed.
Is he? Why? I guess he was on Thunder, wasn't he? But like a wiggly elbow? Like
he was just dancing. That was
okay. I thought maybe he was like kneading the elbow into his back or something.
Stasiak kind of ducks a feliner, then hits a weak clothesline. Follows up with a Samoan drop, then goes up top and misses a diving elbow drop. I was ready for another flying nothing.
This match is getting way more time than it deserves. It's still going.
Cat fires up, immediately hits a feliner. There's no build to it. Nope, finish. And Cat gets the win.
That
Honestly,
was too long, I fear.
yeah, not the worst, but like more time than it's worth.
Yes.
And also just like the deck stacking against the Cat is not riveting like they want it to be.
Is this even deck stacking?
They keep having him put his commissionership on the line to where like basically the next time he loses,
He won't be commissioner,
Yeah.
sure. But like, what is he even doing as commissioner?
everything and nothing.
Yeah.
Remember, he can change matches. Sorry, he can't change matches, but he can make them. Except in circumstances where he can change matches.
Right.
But yeah, as a match, this was totally fine. I mean,
It was passable.
yeah, two guys who understand the concept of wrestling. No one embarrass themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't care about either man.
Exactly.
Then we see backstage, Ric Flair and Animal are watching, and Flair's upset that Shawn Stasiak lost, and he's like, who do I need to send out to like face this guy? How about fucking Animal?
The
How about
guy, that you're yelling at, maybe? The guy that you brought to be your heavy?
Yeah, the guy who apparently is a big fucking deal.
Yeah, what?
No, don't send him.
Yeah. Like, he's all just like, what are we gonna do? Like, I have an idea. Anything other than these fucking guys.
During the commercial break, I do actually want to keep noting these because, like, he's been gone for so long. We are still getting Randy Savage Slim Jim ads.
Beef. Spice. Which, I can't believe it took me this long to put this together. Is he actually doing a Slim Jim ad, or is he just crazy thinking about two women that used to be in WCW with him?
I forgot Beef was one of them. I forgot about Oh, God.
Beef. Spice.
I'd be thinking about Spice on the regular.
I know. Spice is Nick's favorite. I don't think that's a
Spice
secret.
is everyone's fucking favorite, man.
Okay.
Spice up your life. Spice up your world.
Spice up your world.
Well, if you want to get spicy, how about the wall guarding Chavo Guerrero's locker room?
Oh, yeah. That's super spicy.
Yeah, Hugh Morris blindsides him kind of from the front. Like, I don't know how he got surprised here. His job was to watch the door, and he got surprise attacked.
You know?
To quote OSW, he got Pearl Harbored from the front.
Yeah. I was trying to think, like, there was a word for this. And it's Pearl Harbor, but that is behind. And also, I still think that is inappropriate.
Hugh Morris throws the wall through the door, which actually was kind of a cool spot.
That was cool.
But they announced earlier Chavo was going to team with the wall, so now Chavo has no partner. We then get Mike Sanders backstage approaching Crowbar. Sanders says Crowbar has been dropping the ball lately, and Crowbar asks who he's facing tonight. Mike Sanders suddenly, out of his ass seemingly, pulls out a mini Canadian flag. It's like, Stormwatch. So, yeah, we're going to get Lance Storm versus Crowbar later, which both of us were like,
Hell yeah.
all right.
All right, yeah, I'm down. But the tiny little flag out of nowhere felt so silly. The whole thing just felt silly.
Yeah. Mike Sanders still being here, he does not feel like he has a spot.
It's silly. Speaking of silly.
We then see earlier today, DDP had a book signing, and AJ Styles is in the crowd, not as AJ Styles, just as a lad. And
Yeah, there's just a line of people accumulated to, get these books signed, and there's like two bro dudes or two characters that are just like hooting and hollering. And
hold on. To be honest, there are two bro dudes, only one is hooting and hollering.
That's a good point.
And
Well,
that
this
is-
one bro dude hooting and hollering, he keeps like making his way out of the line to kind of, I think, get more in line with the camera. Like, make himself stand
Well,
out.
he also keeps hitting the fucking DDP pose, and he's like, I fucking love you, man.
Yeah, he's way overhyped. But that's AJ Styles.
And
And
it's
you
like-
stopped, you're like, wait. AJ?
Yeah, because I know he has a match, and to me, that's his debut. I'm like, nope, this is him. That's
This is him
fully
on the main line.
And admittedly, if you're watching at the time, you wouldn't know who the fuck that was.
God, no.
But knowing AJ Styles' face, I'm like,
We just
that's-
watched his retirement match.
Yeah, like that's AJ Styles right there. And the accent does not fucking help
No.
either. AJ, non-AJ, and some guy just like kind of randomly like almost start brawling. DDP gets up like good guy is like, all right, like break it up guys. Like, I'm trying to do a book signing. And the other guy just like takes a bump out of fucking nowhere.
Kind of like finger poke-esque, where it's just like he flops to the floor.
Yeah. And then DDP is like, hey, Doug Dillinger, can you like figure out what the fuck's going on?
I'm just going to keep signing my books.
Honestly, mild heel turn for Doug Dillinger coming later in this fucking show.
Is there?
Yeah, mildly. Because Doug Dillinger is here and actually saw what happened. Keep that in mind. Current time backstage, someone in a Hummer arrives, but we don't see who.
I bet it's Rikishi.
More fucking back... Wait, he didn't run him down in a Hummer. We've made the mistake before.
God damn it. Who had the Hummer?
Nobody.
Who was the white Hummer?
Nobody, remember?
No, I don't.
There was no answer.
For the white Hummer, there was
That was
never
the
an
whole
answer?
thing. No, yeah.
It wasn't Rikishi?
Emily, Rikishi's in WWF. That was not a White Hummer. White Hummer was WCW.
I'm gonna scream.
We literally had this conversation.
I know. I don't know anything.
To be fair, we actually find out who was in this one as opposed to the White Hummer.
In my head, it's always Rikishi. Like, I know I'm wrong.
It's different companies months apart.
Rikishi ran down Steve Austin in a White Hummer.
And then
sorry.
Traveled to WCW.
Yeah.
So elsewhere backstage, Chavo goes to Totally Buff, who are in Ravens jerseys. I'm like, aren't you heels? He then tells him his partner's been taken out. They're like, all right, well, we got a plan for you because we like you. So
great.
Yeah.
So kind of face-ish.
No, they're helping out a heel.
Ugh, it's all fucking gray.
Mean Gene is then with Jeff Jarrett.
Jurassic slap nut.
Short version, Jarrett challenges DDP to come out later, and he doesn't care how Ric Flair feels about it. Let's go to, goddamn, it's match number 3, but oh my god, it feels so late into the show.
Jesus, yeah, we are only match 3.
It is Rey Mysterio and Kidman, the Filthy Animals, with Tigress, versus Chavo Guerrero and a mystery partner. And if there's a mystery partner opponent, why not Animal? So it's Animal versus the Filthy Animals.
Yeah.
Which feels like a rib on somebody, and I don't know who.
Animal on animal violence.
Well, Animal's music hits, and Tony Schiavone's like, I know that music. You fucking liar.
How would you know this music?
Fucking liar.
But honestly, he has to look good in this match. Animal does. Like, he has to. For his reputation, for like his payoff to be anything worth it, he's got to look good here.
Rey Mysterio has his mask design on his overalls, which just made me sad.
Yeah, that was just a little rude.
Kidman and Chavo start. They start quick until a double side slam from the Filthy Animals and a springboard leg drop. Ray counters a vault over, then throws Kidman into a baseball slide. Then it's a Bronco Buster, which Scott Hudson is like, I doubt he could hit that on Animal. Why? There's no like leverage or lifting. Like that's moving it on anybody.
What?
Fucking hit that on Andre the Giant. He's just laying down. Kidman hits a rebound clothesline, then Ray hits a moonsault. Chavo tags out, and Animal comes in, just fucking kills the Filthy Animals.
See, you say this, and you said this in the moment too. I did not feel like this was an entire burial. I did not think that this was a proper, full-on burial of the Animals.
The Filthy Animals do manage to gain a bit of an advantage only when they use tag team offense. When they are double teaming him, if it's one-on-one, you're a joke of a wrestler. You cannot set up the Animal.
I disagree. I did not get that vibe.
That was the story of this.
I mean, yes, that's the story, but I did not get that vibe in the actual match itself. I thought that Ray and Billy were both putting up a good fight. I don't think the Animal was was selling well. And I don't think that it was as fuck you as you're saying that it was.
You know what it is? I just don't think Animal's worth it.
Correct.
There's a way you could do this with somebody who's built up, but with fucking Animal, I'm like, that's why I felt like a burial of, I think nothing of Animal. He fucking got pinned by Chronic. Like, he's 0-2.
Right.
This is just, rehab for his reputation. So he eventually fights off both Filthy Animals, power bombs Ray, and then, because he doesn't care about this, tags out to Chavo. So Chavo cannot even hit a move and just pin Ray. So it did feel like it really buried the Cruiserweight division. That's my issue with it.
Okay, it can bury the division. Yeah, I don't think that it was entirely on Billy and Ray.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't blame them. It just seemed like there's the Cruiserweights and then there's the real wrestlers.
I mean, they've been thinking that for years, though.
I know, but this just really put a pin in that of no, you don't understand. They are a tier below where it requires multiple of them to even stand a chance. And even when there are two of them, it doesn't matter. But
if it was anything less than that, though, Animal would look like shit. Animal has to come in. He can
sell a bit.
Fair. But Animal has to come in and be this big, scary heavy that comes in.
He can throw guys around, but you can sell singles moves.
That's the one problem I will concede.
The Road Warriors just don't sell either. That's probably the Road Warriors.
I will concede that there should have been more selling, but Animal should not have been taken out by these Cruiserweights. He's a bigger guy.
He should have been put in this match, I don't think.
Yes, that's a different problem. But in this match, he should not have been taken down by these little dudes. He was brought in as a big, scary
Rey Mysterio has wins over Kevin Nash, Bam Bam Bigelow. He was the Giant Slayer at one point, but Animal, oh no, brother, I need help.
For the story that we're telling here. For the character that Animal is right now.
It's a short story we're telling.
Everything's a short story. We have no time.
Backstage, Ric Flair is excited for the signing, and then we see the car door opening. Back from commercial, Ric Flair comes out with the contract. Tony Schiavone is begging the people at home, don't change the channel. Something big's about to happen, guys, please.
So it's definitely 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Flair then brings out the massive talent he signed.
Ooh,
Well, they
I
call
bet it's
him the Nitro! Except not with that theme. It's Dustin Rhodes without a fun theme.
So it's just Dustin Rhodes.
Last we saw him, he was feuding with Terry Funk, I want to say.
Yeah, that makes sense because he had given up the 7 gimmick.
Yeah, well, he did that in a single week. But yeah, remember he randomly disappeared probably about a year ago. It was before Reboot. But yeah, he just randomly vanished. And yeah, he's back.
He didn't have to come back. This is not necessary.
He has some shit generic rock theme. Dustin comes out to the ring to a pretty whatever reaction.
Yeah, because like you're building up like, oh, we got this massive talent. Call the hotline.
Well,
You'll
this
want to
massive
know.
talent who is about to side with the heels. So it's like, oh, okay. Well,
That's not fun.
like it's a confused pop of, oh, hey, it's a return, but he's joining the bad guys. I don't love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was never like super over with the audience either. Like no one loved Dustin Rhodes.
No, not at this time at least.
No.
Flair's making the hard sell to Rhodes, which kind of telegraphs what's going to happen because they're like, yeah, he has not signed yet. So it's like, well,
Then why is he here?
yeah. So if he was going to join the heel group, he would have already signed and been the big reveal. It's like, no, he hasn't signed yet. So Dustin looks over the contract, which apparently is quite generous.
Don't forget, we have money.
I think you like it.
Money's not the
It's
problem.
quite generous.
We're not losing thousands of dollars a week. No, you are.
Dustin then basically asks Flair to give him a twirl. Hate the twirl.
Hate the twirl.
Flair obliges and keeps making the hard sell. Rhodes then like awkwardly tells Flair, he's like, oh, I made you do that because I wanted to size you up and see if it would fit or not. Talk about his foot
That's a
up his
great
ass.
line.
Yeah, it wasn't well delivered.
No. Great line, great sentiment, poorly delivered.
Flair rightfully takes offense to this and is like, I've known you for a fucking while. You are not old enough or respect enough to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Which I did like the callback to the history of them.
Yeah.
Dustin then doubles down and threatens Flair. Flair then offers to let Dustin leave. He's like, I'm going to count to 5. And like, you leave, we're cool. Dustin grabs Flair instead. And I'm waiting for someone to come out to help Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And holy shit, Ric Flair is waiting for someone to come out to save Ric Flair. They're sitting there for so long that Ric Flair has to be like, oh man, you upset this guy. Like, he has to prompt the save.
Again.
Which should have just fucking happened. And out comes Animal, who we just saw.
We just saw him. I don't know. There was something about this whole return and segment before we even get to the finale of it. It just doesn't, it's not hitting right. Because Dustin being the return kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Animal being the like, oh, don't piss me off. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I thought it'd be Scott Steiner.
Anybody else.
But yeah, just the timing of everything was also weird. And maybe they thought Dustin would be a bigger deal, but it just didn't hit right.
Why would they think that? He never had that kind of a following at this time.
Well, it also doesn't help that when Animal comes out, a very awkward brawl ensues where Ric Flair and Animal don't know when to hit strikes in conjunction with the other.
Yeah.
Like, they're stomping and Dustin's selling, so the other one like misses a stomp or like hits a chop and the punch whiffs. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, figure it out.
A little choreography is allowed.
Then we get some music hitting, and what the fuck? It's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes here. Like, yeah, it's your son, whatever, fine. But like, why is Dusty here?
He's here in Baltimore.
Okay. Again, confusing. Not mad.
It's fucking Crockett territory.
I guess. Not mad, just confused.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes making a return in the last 2 months of fucking Nitro's existence.
Bizarre.
Last we saw him, he was in ECW.
Dusty was in ECW?
Yeah, he wrestled Steve Carino.
Oh, shit. I do vaguely remember this.
Yeah. But yeah, Dusty fucking Rhodes is here. He comes down, makes the save, gets into it with Flair. Crowd is popping massive for this.
Yeah, because it's Dusty Rhodes.
Even for the weird double arm flail strikes he's throwing at Flair. Did you spot these?
No. It's very old school. That's like very old school wrestling.
The Rhodes family clears the ring and the heels bail. Dustin wants more and Flair is flummoxed.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Dusty Rhodes then grabs a mic and he sure does cut a promo here.
I tell you what.
During his promo, he notes this isn't about him. He's here to basically stop Ric Flair's reign of terror. Dusty notes he can't be fired because he doesn't even work here. And then he says that Ric Flair has been kissing ass of the old owners. And I'm like, what?
Kissing ass of the old owners?
Yeah, because they're about to have new owners, so his ass kissing means nothing. And I'm like, he hasn't even mentioned the other people.
I don't know.
Dusty Rhodes is cutting a promo unrelated to the storylines we've been seeing on television is kind of the problem. Because Dusty's probably not been fucking watching. Dusty got the cliff notes and he's like, all right, he's the commissioner, got it. Dusty then invokes his and Flair's history in Baltimore and is rambling, but it's Dusty, so that's kind of to be expected. Yeah. It's kind of like Roddy Piper in later days WWE, where it's like, you brought him in, like, yeah, it's 50-50 what kind of promo you're going to get.
Yeah, it's either going to be sad or it's going to be great.
Dusty notes Animal is all puffed up now, and they're ready to fight tonight, and they clear the ring again before abruptly cutting to commercial. Jeez. Like, clearly Dusty went way fucking over here. I don't even know why they need to have him cut a promo.
Because it's Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, have him do one next week. We got the pop. We got the Dusty experience we needed. Frankly, Dusty talking muddied this segment a good bit. But what a weird segment overall.
It was very confused. Of
the very flat start, the peak of, oh my God, it's Dusty Rhodes, into the, what the fuck's going on of the promo after.
Yeah.
And
it was a very
redoing the brawl spot we did in the middle of that segment. So, but the crowd was hype.
Yeah, just because of the star power behind it. That doesn't mean that it was good.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't mean that it had a place.
I mean, I guess it is good to see that Dusty still, like, has the star value here. Because they squandered him for a good while. He was like a random NWO, like, kind of lackey for a bit. And, like, we've seen Dusty on the podcast.
Yeah, a couple times.
Very briefly doing fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So the fact that they bring him back doing something, I'm like, all right, hey, like, the hype has not been killed for him. People are still excited that it is the American dream.
True.
It is hard times. And they are going to try to use Dusty to get any star factor out of Dustin.
I mean, is it going to work? No.
Doesn't have time to work.
No.
But it was a nice surprise. This was not built to at fucking all.
No, it's going to be a one-off. We're not ever going to see Dusty again.
Oh, really? No, we are.
Really?
Yeah. I think he wrestles.
Oh, God. This is going to be a very weird final 2 months.
Yeah, I feel like you should have had a Dustin segment and, like, almost tease Dusty. The fact that you did this out of nowhere, like, means nobody tuned in for it because no one knew what was happening.
Yeah, I guess.
Moving on, we get, I'd say this is a treat.
This is a treat. This was an unexpected little treat.
It is Lance Storm with Team Canada versus Crowbar with Daphne. Lance Storm comes out, cuts a promo, says it's a new day in WCW.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
And Team Canada is basically just here for Ric Flair as he needs them. Like, we are fully moving on from the Filthy Animal story. That was the end of the war last week.
Jeez, what a write-off.
Storm calls for the anthem, but he's attacked from behind by Crowbar.
What?
Mike Awesome and Neely Skipper hold Crowbar for a super kick, and Storm hits a dropkick as Awesome and Skipper are sent to the back. So it's just the ladies at ringside.
Hell yeah. And Daphne is hamming it up. She has little, like, favors or, like, little party blowers that she's handing out to people.
I think she also has silly string.
She does have silly string. She's just got, like, she's just a party vibe down there. It's great.
I think
always a good time to see Daphne.
She is distracting a bit.
I'm never mad about Daphne distracting me. I will say, though, the distracting bit that she is doing, she's kind of Bill Alfonsoing.
Yeah, she's yelling.
But she's screeching.
Yeah.
The yelling I can handle. The screaming, I can handle the screeching. Every match. There's a difference between a scream and a screech. She's screeching.
Storm works Crowbar over in the corner. Crowbar starts to come back until he's cut off with a jawbreaker, and then a leg drop to the back of the head. Storm hits a backbreaker, then grabs a hold. Storm hits a running leg lariat and just looking dominant in the early stages here. The two seem to trade like tombstone counters until Crowbar hits a reverse DDT, then a running back elbow. Crowbar hits a spinning back suplex, then a vaulting body splash, and a middle rope moonsault. Commentary is once again being like, what are these wrestling moves from Crowbar?
Yeah, this is a great match for a guy who just learned how to wrestle yesterday.
Crowbar hits a baseball slide to the outside, then hits his diving apron splash. Storm hits a bridging German back in the ring, but rolls through a kick out and then hits a second bridging German.
Amazing.
Like, doesn't release. Like, oh,
no,
fuck.
He holds on. It's fucking cool.
Crowbar hits a Northern Lights suplex, which really kills the, like, oh man, what? This guy doesn't know how to wrestle. It's like, I can't fucking do that. We watched a match recently. Oh, fuck. It was Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. And maybe sad.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'm like, I could have worked this match. I can't do a fucking Northern Lights suplex.
God, no.
Crowbar puts Storm on the top rope, then wants a top rope Frankensteiner, but Storm counters and, like, harshly drops Crowbar into a Canadian Maple Leaf and gets the win. The counter was a bit clunky, but I think a
little bit, yeah.
I think it's fine given what like the move is. Like,
yeah.
if it looks too smooth, it looks choreographed.
Exactly.
So
I think that it was intentionally clunky.
I think it just worked out that way, but I think it's totally forgivable.
This match should have had a couple more minutes, I think. This was great.
I think this might have been the longest match of the night.
Really?
I think
you blew through it so quickly. I thought that it was short.
I mean, they were taking their time in between spots. They were telling a story and selling. Like,
God damn, this was a good match.
But Storm wins, and we don't even see him celebrate. We cut to commercial.
Yeah, fuck you. You thought this was an entertaining match? Idiot.
Sorry. Yeah, too much wrestling. You can't see anything else.
No, you're supposed to think that these guys can't really wrestle, obviously.
But yeah, I enjoyed this match.
This was great.
Yeah, it's rare that we have multiple contenders for best bit, but like this and the opening match, I'm like, two good matches. I think this one, like, because it was two guys, not just from the Spot Fest, like, I think Crowbar's telling a story I don't necessarily think that The Office is, but like, he held his own against Lance Storm, so him becoming a wrestler as they see, it's like, yeah, he's there.
A wrestler TM.
But I also know Crowbar is not long for this show. I don't, he might make it to Super Bowl, I know.
I thought he made it to the end.
He just doesn't. He technically might contractually, but I'm not even sure about that, but I know he has a last appearance before the last couple shows.
Damn.
Which, yeah, the last couple appearances and shows is going to be a fucking mess, because if you just don't get booked for 2 weeks, it's like, well, this is your last match, yeah.
Whoops.
But I know Daphne gets, like, released, so.
Oh, shit.
I think Crowbar might, too, because Crowbar doesn't show up in WWE, so he's not one of the contracts they pick up, so.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
They could have done a lot with him.
He's
in
Devin
that era.
Storm in WWA.
He could have done a lot. Is this the kind of stuff that people online are like, oh no, WCW picks up towards the end?
Maybe.
Like, there are a couple of good matches like sandwiched in between some bullshit. Is this that?
I mean, some people liked the episode we gave the whole show worst bit. So.
Yeah, you're dumb for that. I'm sorry. I'm going to straight up say you're stupid if you thought that was a good episode.
Let's move on. Backstage, Ric Flair tells Lance Storm he wants him to beat the Cap for the commissionership at Super Brawl. Which I'm like, it's fine you're making that match, but we're a couple weeks away. You're not going to try to get it from him in between now and then?
Yeah, right? Yeah, we're 2 weeks, 3 weeks from Super Bowl?
It's February 18th, so I think we have 2 more Nitros.
Yeah, we got time, gang.
Jeff Jarrett then blows by Ric Flair and tells him he wants Paige tonight. Ric Flair again is like, this isn't part of the plan. But post-commercial, we get Jeff Jarrett coming out to the ring. Jarrett says he's here to fight DDP right here, right now. So DDP comes out, comes through the crowd, and is arrested by cops at ringside. I'm not going to draw it out. It's just that's the segment.
I can't remember who he refers to this as. Maybe it's just the audience. But I do have the note of, I want to change my social media handle to Baltimore Slapnut. Because he says that in his promo. He's like, you Baltimore Slapnut. So
DDP is being arrested because he assaulted the guy,
quote unquote,
during the book signing. The guy is at ringside being like, that's him. That's the guy who beat me up. Tony Schiavone, ever the Columbo he is, ever the Chuck Palumbo he is. Was this a setup by Jeff Jarrett?
What?
What about everything you're seeing makes you say that?
That's crazy. What a crazy allegation.
No, it is the cops arresting DDP alongside Doug Dillinger, who was fucking there earlier. Have a spine, Doug. How fucking dare you?
I had no idea you were so mad about this.
Doug Dillinger, you are a bystander. How dare you? To quote an early episode of this podcast, you were all just bystanders.
That was the title of an episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like way early.
So DDP gets arrested and Jeff Jarrett's like, all right, referee, count to 10. I win by forfeit. So what a lame fucking setup.
Yeah, this was really lame. All of this was really lame.
Like, there needed to be a second step. You needed to do the fucking, these aren't cops, they're buddies of mine. And like, beat him down. You just like getting him arrested and I win by forfeit. The fuck? And then during the break, DDP was put in a cop car and Ric Flair is like, oh, I fucking love this. This is some great shit right here. Jeff Jarrett, you're so fucking smart.
You're so cool, man.
So, yeah, all right. Admittedly, he does take him out of the main event, but they said if anyone interfered, then they'd be suspended.
Right.
So don't say that. If you get him out of the building, this is maybe clever, but the fact that he couldn't have showed up anyway. Yeah,
this negated.
This served no purpose.
Right.
Ugh, I'm going to laugh if DDP's on fucking Thunder, considering it's technically taped afterwards.
Oh, God. He probably is. They didn't take him away. He's not going anywhere.
2 matches left, and they're actual matches. But the first one is Shane Douglas versus Rick Steiner.
So Lord knows we got to start with a promo.
Yeah, Shane Douglas has a pre-match promo. He insults the city and says he went over Cat's head, and Flair made this match non-title. So Rick Steiner's winning. Got it.
Cool. But Shane Douglas does come out and heel on Baltimore again here, because of course he does. But this was actually a good heel line.
Do
you remember it?
No.
So Shane comes out and he's like, congratulations for, winning the Super Bowl. Every so often the sun shines on a dog's ass too.
Yeah.
Like, still, like, you're shit. You got one, but you're still shit. Like, it's a simple little heel dig.
Yeah, it's one of those where he had a whole promo written for if they lost in the end.
Fuck.
Also during this, he does not do the get your ha-ha franchise.
Thank
He
God.
actually works linguistically around it to be like, yeah, come out and get a franchise. Like,
Good.
He doesn't need to like do the weird self-censoring thing. I'm like, all right, progress.
Yeah, because that's cringy as hell.
Speaking of cringy as hell, Rick Steiner comes out with a cut-off t-shirt under his singlet.
Oh, buddy.
Brother.
You don't look bad, man. Love yourself a little bit. You look fine.
Yeah, he looks fine. He doesn't look good. He looks fine.
He looks
but like,
fine.
no one's looking at Rick Steiner going, man, what a chiseled god.
Yeah.
You're not your brother.
But also no one's looking at him and be like, oh my God, he's the size of a house. Like, he's fine. He's fine. It's just a little sad. It's always just a bummer to see
Also,
that.
I feel like I've seen him wear like a cut-off tank top over his singlet. That looks fine. Just do that, my guy.
Yeah, the under is what's like, you made an effort to do this.
The under looks like the kid wearing the t-shirt in the pool.
Yeah, it does. You just kind of look at it and go, oh, that's a bummer.
Rick Steiner takes down Douglas early, hits hard strikes. Douglas tries to beg off, but Steiner runs him upside down into the ring post. Rick goes up top, but Douglas throws the ref towards him, then catches Rick out of the air with an atomic drop. Like that's a low blow, and that would have been a DQ. Commentary's even like, oh man, well, he low blowed him earlier. I'm like,
What?
not really, because he then does another atomic drop in front of the ref, and it's fine. So you guys are going too far the other direction.
Right.
I'm like, a DQ, yeah?
Question mark, maybe?
Yeah? I should have to reverse my inflection on that.
Right.
Douglas hits a drop kick, then a reverse neck snap. The franchise locks in his legs crossed chin lock kind of thing, which doesn't have a name, but he only has it for like 3 seconds, then bails on it. So, yeah, no name for that. He runs into an overhead suplex. Steiner hits a belly to belly, and then both men just catastrophically fuck up on some spinning belly to belly and just like fall to the mat.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Rick gets him up, hits a belly to belly, just like, no, reset. Rick Steiner then goes for some sort of hold. It takes Shane Douglas fucking ages to figure out if he extended his fingers, he'd be touching the rope.
Right.
Like, bud, it's right there.
Just look. Open your eyes.
Douglas then hits a Pittsburgh plunge, but Rick kicks out. Douglas then kicks Steiner into the corner, which is enough to distract the ref. I don't know why. He just sends him into the corner, and the ref is like, well, you're there now. I gotta look here. Shane Douglas then pulling out the chain. He's like pulling it out for a good bit, wrapping around his fist.
Yeah, because it takes him too long to pull it out because it's like tangled in the laces, I guess.
Mickey J just
Every
keep like
time.
being like, hey, over there. You good? Hey, in the corner. You good? I'm not worried about the other guy. You good?
I'm only focused on you. But I don't know what he does to that chain in his trunks, but every single time he pulls this move, it gets tangled. Or maybe it's intentionally tied around the string so that it doesn't like mess with his dick. Like, I
Check
don't
his
know.
cock.
Genuinely, I'm confused how you're doing this. Wrapping it around your dick would probably be less complex here.
Before he can use it, though, Rick hits a Steiner line and then a Steiner Bulldog, but Shane Douglas kicks out, much to commentary's surprise. Like, oh shit, no one kicks out of that.
That's true.
Which, I think this is just meant to be a setup of Rick has a new finishing move. Because this entire time, Shane Douglas is holding the chain in his fist. Rick gets Shane on his shoulders, hits a Death Valley driver, as it's now known, a Steiner driver. How creative.
Wow.
And he gets the non-title win.
Okay.
Post-match, Rick Steiner grabs a mic, and he's like, Ric Flair, that's one. You want some? Come get some. You don't like me? Bite me.
Got it. Hit all the greatest hits.
You didn't need to say anything, man. You could have just posed. It would have probably been better, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a match, this was, again, like, same kind of tier as the cat in Sean Stasiak, where I'm like,
Perfectly passable.
yeah, totally fine. Minus the weird botch. No one like embarrassed themselves.
No, it's not a classic. We're not going to look back at this and be like, oh, what majestic wrestling out of these men, but like it wasn't bad.
So I assume Rick Steiner's going to challenge for the U.S. title at some point, considering he beat the guy. So
yeah,
maybe it's Super Raw. That would kind of make sense.
Well, again, we're running out of opportunities.
Yeah, this is the 9th to last Nitro, so we're in single digits.
God.
But let's get to our main event of the night. It was heavily hyped up through the show, through a lot of weird, like, clips. They didn't really throw to them great. It was just like, hey, here's what happened earlier, and now tonight we're going to get Kevin Nash versus Totally Buffed.
I think they really thought this was going to be a much bigger draw and a bigger match because they were pushing it so hard. Like, don't go to Raw. Watch this. No, I swear, it's going to be good.
As Totally Buff are coming out, Tony Schiavone notes that tickets are on sale for a show on February 25th. And I'm like, what?
After we'd shut down.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Interesting.
Also, just between us, he definitely says the 25th. 25th is a Sunday. That's a house show.
Oh. So they are advertising a house show.
I guess.
Interesting.
But again, that's during the dark period. Because I'm like, wait, But my brain was doing like calendar math. Like, wait, I know the last Nitro's on the 26th, but yeah, I mean, maybe there would have been a tape delay, maybe the next night, but yeah, they're advertising shows for that. Regardless, Totally Buff come out in just full like Baltimore Ravens garb, which feels like a face move, but they hype up the Ravens as we see the special teams coach of the Ravens at ringside. Like, oh,
cool.
I forgot.
You know him. You love him.
I forgot to note his name, but Lex Luger heals in the crowd and notes the Ravens aren't Baltimore's team. They're actually Cleveland's team. Baltimore stole them in the middle of the night.
Different lore there, but all right.
He's like, your team is now in Indianapolis and they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. Then Lex cites the criminal history of Ray Lewis. Ooh.
We don't talk about that.
He says they're the only reason they won because the offense kind of sucked, which is kind of true.
Wow.
They then tear off the jerseys, and the special teams coach is ready to fight them to the point where he hops the barricade, and the crowd mildly pops, but like they don't know who the fuck this is.
I think they just assume that it's a Raven.
I mean, imagine if Anthony Levine Sr. hopped the barricade at Raw.
Yeah.
He is the special teams coordinator for the Ravens right now.
You looked that up, didn't you?
No, Emily, we both know that.
Yeah. He's I see him all the time.
We're locals.
I say, yo, Tony, every day. You said his name was Anthony?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, this is the guy who's here? Wow, all right.
Well.
But as much as I'm not into Tyrese Halliburton, at least he's a fucking name when he shows up at Raw nowadays.
Yeah, but they also give you the lower third of like, oh, look, it's Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, there was one on the broadcast, but I don't know if the crowd got that. Yeah, it was the shittiest lower third. It was white text. There was no other graphic. By the way, we get nothing else out of the coach here.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm not even sure if he was supposed to jump the barricade. Because he did, and then like security kind of random was like, you need to get back over there. I think that he was trying to play along, and security once again did not play along with the play along.
Lex pivots the actual match and is like, well, we beat Goldberg, so Kevin Nash, you don't really stand a chance. We see Nash as we go to break and then get a Super Raw Revenge ad, which hypes up like somebody suddenly returning, but I don't think it's really meant to. It's like, who's going to get their revenge? What mystery person? You won't even imagine who. And I'm like,
you'll never guess.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
You say so.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Nash comes out after the break. Commentary reminds us there is no interference allowed. The numbers game gets to Nash early, but he fights them off until a low blow and a swinging neckbreaker combo. Low blow right in front of the ref. DQ.
Oh, so we do have one of those here.
Yes, we do.
I okay. I was wondering if this actually would appear in this episode.
It's been a little bit. Honestly, again, no one used a chair, so there is that.
That's a good point.
Lex Luger wants to hit a double back suplex, but Buff Bagwell just seems to mostly supervise the back suplex. He kind of looks and goes, man.
And good job. And you did it.
Lex calls for the torture rack early, but Nash fights them off. Nash side slams both men and sends Buff to the floor. Snake eyes to Luger, then goes for the jackknife. But as he hits it, Buff Bagwell hits a double arm DDT on the ref, like in stereo with the power bomb, and then lays next to the ref.
Yeah.
What? So in this world, if Kevin Nash sees them, he needs to believe the ref and Buff Bagwell passed out together. Because the ref was fine.
Yeah, but in Kevin Nash's eyes, who took out the ref?
Exactly. Now, it's the back end of the ring, so I think Nash doesn't even see them at all, kind of killing the spot.
Yeah.
Then we get special ref Alex Wright running out to the ring with ribs taped over the referee's shirt, which popped me for, I think, all the wrong reasons.
God. I never know why Alex Wright is here. Like, What are you doing, gang?
He also popped me big by he counted 1, 2, does the dance.
Little dance.
Pop me.
But of course he turns on Nash because, their history.
Well, he pounded on him through the stage last week.
Oh, yeah. It was warranted. It was correct.
Nash then tries to take him out, but Buff stops him. Buff and Right then double team Nash until Nash hits a big boot to Right, and after fighting off a bit of Totally Buff, hits an eventual jackknife to Buff Bagwell and covers him. Oh, he does get him out before the jackknife.
Yes,
so
of course he does.
Titties a flying.
Titties a flying.
So he covers Buff Bagwell. The Cat then runs out.
Sure, why wouldn't he?
He's wearing a referee's shirt. He's going to make the count. Before he can count, Alex Wright pulls the Cat out of the ring. The Cat easily fights him off, goes back in the ring without another move being done, and after 18 seconds of just laying there motionless,
You counted.
Kevin Nash pins Buff. Now,
Jeez.
I say 18 seconds of him laying there motionless. Buff Bagwell lays motionless for the rest of the broadcast.
Oh.
He does not move.
I forgot that he was still
Which
down.
is not unique to this show. They're going to do that in the upcoming thing. I think this is Buff pouting.
You think so?
A little bit.
Pouting about what? He's in the main event.
He had a job.
Fuck you.
Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger are two little fucking immature prima donnas. Ugh. They are going to lose on an upcoming show and lay there for 5 minutes to be like, man, we got beat so bad, didn't we? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're just, it's two egos stroking each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole company, though. They're all just fucking egos. But that's stupid.
So Kevin Nash still has his title shot. Nash grabs a mic. Hey, yo. The fact that Bischoff...
The sound that came out of me.
Yeah.
That was just...
Well, Bischoff told Hall to get ready. So he's coming back.
No, he's not.
Nash calls out Steiner. Scott Steiner comes out and we go off the air before they even make it to the ring.
Yeah, this was very confusing. Because you were even saying, like, this sounds like a setup for a dark match.
Yeah, just Kevin Nash's promo was so casual of like, well, I've already had my match, but I'm not done, so let's do another one. Like,
let's go again.
Like, I know that's kind of a lost art. I don't think it really happens as much nowadays of the post-show match, but like, this reads peak, we're off the air, so let's kind of give the pay-per-view main event that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That we're not going to air on TV, but yeah, they don't even get close. Nash climbs over the ropes, and it's like, oh my god, they're almost at each other or off the air.
Yeah.
So we got 2 more shows in between now and Super Raw, but
they've got a lot to do to build my excitement up.
They're not gonna.
No, they're not, but they could try.
I do know we have a famous Kevin Nash gif coming at one of these shows upcoming. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know this.
I discovered this. I thought it was 90s Nash. Apparently, it's one of these shows.
Oh no.
Because I guess full spoilers. After Super Raw, we're done with Kevin Nash.
Hell yeah. What are we doing after Super Bowl?
We're running out of fucking people.
What do we do? What's the story after Super Bowl if we don't have Kevin Nash?
Booker's going to come back, I think.
Jesus Christ.
He's on the last Nitro, so he's going to come back at some point.
Christ.
We still don't have Canyon. Canyon comes back.
Oh my God. Okay.
AJ Styles, I think, might be next week. Maybe not, but...
Is Christopher Daniels coming back too?
No, he's gone. Thoughts on this show as a whole?
Not as bad as you would think that it would be.
Yeah, it's very nothing. It's an underwhelming show. I think is the way to describe it.
But it's not bad. It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination.
No, nothing here. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, I'm like, all right, I don't care about some of these matches, but like,
that's different.
I sat through them and I went, okay, they were fine. Yeah. I didn't feel actively worse for having watched them.
Yes, which is not something we can say for other shows.
Yeah, to me, Rick Steiner versus Shane Douglas and the Cat versus Sean Stasiak. Both those matches are primed for who the fuck cares.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, they're managed. No Chronic on this show.
Which is shocking.
Probably for the better.
I didn't miss him.
Very little Hugh Morris and Lash LaRue.
We did see Hugh Morris, right? I'm not crazy.
Very little, but yeah,
he
we saw
was
him.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt a little unfocused, but it is in the middle of a 5-week build, so they have time.
It's a long build for WCW. Yeah, I wish I had more to say to wrap this up, but like, it was just kind of one of those episodes. It sort of happened, and now I can erase it from my memory bank.
Is this why people think the show gets better? Is the show doesn't actively make you hate yourself for watching? And
yeah, maybe. We're past the stupid of Bischoff and Russo, so therefore it's better by comparison.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think we have a ton else to say about the show as a whole. I think it was very much a show of segments rather than a whole show.
Yeah, it was. Yes, that's a good way to put it.
But with those segments, I guess let's break these down and get into best bit, worst bit, and MVP. Emily, what is your best bit of the show?
I don't think it's going to surprise you. It's the Crowbar Lance Storm match. I think that was such a treat. I think that was such a great match. It has to be that.
Okay, I get that. I think I am going to go with the Fatal 4-Way opener. I think I do like the spot fest of it. I think I did end up just sitting back and watching that one, having to come back to take notes of that one. So I think I got a little more enjoyment out of that one, but they are very close to each other.
Oh, yeah. There were some good matches on this card. I'm shocked by it, but I'm always going to be happy to see Crowbar actually show what he can do. And against Lance Storm, like, you're going to get that.
Emily, what is your worst bit of the show?
There wasn't anything that, like, stood out as egregious to me, but I think I'm going to give it to just the reveal and return of Dustin Rhodes. That whole segment was just weird.
It was. It definitely was.
It was just unfocused and weird and just not as exciting as they wanted it to be. And it just kind of like put a damper on the episode to me.
Yeah, we felt a little different on mine, but I'm giving mine to Animal bearing the Cruiserweight division.
Okay.
It just taking out two of the talents and then him just kind of being like, here you go, kid. Here's the free win to the champion was just really off-putting for me. Emily, who was your MVP of the show, though?
This one's the hard one.
I
don't have one off the top of my head. Do you?
I have one, but I'm just like, I don't feel great about it. But I'm just like, you know what? Great surprise appearance. Dusty Rhodes, you get the MVP today.
I can't give someone in my worst bit the MVP.
We've done it before.
It's crazy. You're not wrong, though. I mean, like, that was the pop of the night, for sure. Yeah.
It was just like, what the fuck? Dusty Rhodes is back. And look, while he rambled, I minded it from like all right, I'm reviewing this, but like I was just watching it, I'm like, I'm just watching Dusty Rhodes.
That's true. That is true. Like, he's always going to be fun to watch. I think I'm going to give my MVP to Crowbar, though. I love that man.
Yeah, I mean, he's never wrestled before, and he's doing great.
And he's doing so well. He just learned how to wrestle. But no, like, that match tonight with Lance Storm, it felt to me like a fuck you to the people who were saying that, of like, you think that I can only...
Emily, I just had to check my notes. This is the last match of Crowbar and Daphne.
This is the last match?
I thought they made it the pay-per-view. They don't. This is the last Crowbar match. Oh, man, I feel bad now. I might have given him the... Oh, shit.
Damn.
Hey, can I make you feel a little better? Next week, we get our last Shane Douglas match.
That's great.
All right. Next episode, we're going to open with a little Crowbar tribute, because I feel bad we didn't hit it here.
Yeah. Damn. I want to go find this man. I know he's in New Jersey. I just want to go to his little chiropractic
I think he
office.
like popped in to wrestle in AEW like once. I think he was in like a casino battle royal or something.
Really?
Like their version of a Rumble where it's like,
yeah.
hey, somebody comes out. Fucking Glacier wasn't one of them.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so you're giving Crowbar on his last night, on his last match in the company.
Opportunity.
What a fucking bummer. I thought you made it a pay-per-view. Well, fuck, on that sad note, well, if you want to listen to any of our glazing Crowbar and other reviews, you can. I'm
on that bummer of a note, God.
But yeah, all our back catalog. There's plenty of great Crowbar matches in there. You can also follow us on social media at Butts in the Pod. And while he won't show up on our Patreon, we have a lot of fun stuff over there.
We are 50 episodes deep officially.
Yeah, we just did WrestleMania 35 over there, which was a 3-hour recording.
One of our longest recordings to date. Probably the longest since we started.
Yeah, definitely, I think a top 3. But that and our Rise of the NWO arc are available at patreon.com/buttstheseats. $5 a month gets you all those bonus episodes. We are returning to Bash the Beach 97 after that to really start winding everything down for WCW, because
it's crazy how much like everything is coming to an end so quickly.
And there's still so many things that have yet to happen.
Yeah,
so
which is bizarre.
So, as you wait for these wild things, I'm Nick.
I'm Emily.
And thanks for listening to the Butts and Seats Podcast.